What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Peep the shirt. We're rocking this until we see Kawhi finally make a decision. If you guys are into basketball, you definitely know the Kawhi watch has been crazy. But in this video, we are going to be talking about 5 things that realistically I would love to see added to Diamond Dynasty this year. I quickly just want to say, gameplay-wise, whether fixing the hitting, that's not something that would just happen within a year. And like create a stadium, which I know is another popular thing a lot of people recommend. It's not going to happen this year. That's pretty obvious. These are 5 things that they could do this year that in my opinion would make Diamond Dynasty a lot better of a mode and just add a lot more features for us as players of Diamond Dynasty. So as always, if you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure to leave a like down below. It really helps support my channel, so thank you guys so much. But the first one I do want to talk about is within the Player of the Month programs. I think that is something that could use some work. Now, of course, you guys probably know what the April Player of the Month within the 4th inning program at 600 stars, they added something a little bit different, and that is a pack. Now, originally, we thought this was a pack where you could choose anybody. It's a regular April Player of the Month pack, so I believe it's like 1 to 4 odds of pulling a diamond. If you pull a diamond, you get a choice of any of the 3. If you pull a gold, you get a choice of any of the golds. And it really knocked the prices down. Of course, you guys know those cards were really expensive at one point. To like the point where, Kirby Yates wasn't even on the market because he was so rare. And they've definitely been knocked down. They're going for about 50,000. Then Tim Anderson about 50,000. The set is still probably somewhere close to 200k plus with the Tops Now card also that you have to do. What I think that they need to do is they need to release all Player of the Month cards within regular packs. I think that's going to help keep these cards prices down, because you guys know I talked about too many signature cards. I completely think, what the hell with it. Add as many great cards as you want. I think it is good for variety. So, do you. I think it's better that we have too many good cards rather than not enough. So I definitely am with you guys on that. I changed my stance point a little bit. But I do think, like a 95 overall card, we have 99s that are, better, that are going for less in price. And you can also sell these cards because like the Bellinger and the Josh Bell are going to be non-sellable. So I think that is something I would really like to see. I don't know how they could do it. I think they would probably have to have it a little lower of odds as like the Live Series Diamonds, because, like the Derek Dietrich, for example, an 85 overall diamond, his price would just tank from 69, 70,000 right away if they did add that, and he was as pullable as other ones. So I think if you add these, it's going to make people happy, it's going to lower the price, and more people are actually going to be obtaining of the Player of the Month card. So I think that is something great that they could do. The same goes with the Tops Now. I think they could do that as well and put the Tops Now flashbacks within regular packs, and that could lower the price, and I think it would be a lot better. More people complete it and more people will be using those cards, meaning more variety, and that's clearly what they're going for in MLB 19, so it really achieves all their goals. So the next one I want to talk about is within Live Series cards. Of course, you guys know, along with having so many signatures and so many high diamond flashback and legends, Live Series cards definitely took a hit. I see people rocking Trout, I see people rocking Yelich, the Arenado. Of course, Cody Bellinger is a really popular option. Otherwise, I don't see too many people using all of that many Live Series cards because there are better cards that go for less. So what I think they could do is, one, I know SDS is not in charge of Inside Edge. It is, I'm not too sure who exactly does it, but something needs to be fixed, because you guys might realize Kirby Yates, for example, he just went diamond. It doesn't really matter. He's down each and every single day on Inside Edge, and it always says this: each and every day for Kirby Yates, matchup scores neutral but favors the Dodgers. Like, what the hell does that even mean? He plays the Dodgers regularly. How are you telling me there's no like matchup? How is there no data if he's in the same division, plays the Dodgers it doesn't make sense to me. Inside Edge has to be fixed. I know it's not necessarily on them, but it seems like it's always the same thing. Like the same guys are always up, the same guys are always down. So I think that is something that could definitely be worked on, and alongside with that, something they can do on their own is the player quirks. Of course, if you guys do not know, live series cards have the benefit of actual gameplay affecting quirks that legend and flashback cards do not. Take a look at Mike Trout, for example. Once you go to Road Warrior, Night Player, Unfazed, Dead Red, Breaking Ball Hitter, Rally Monkey Fighter, and Situational Hitter, those all affect gameplay. You know, he's going to be, you know, hitting better on the teams behind. He hits better at fastballs. He hits better at breaking balls. Even though his stats could be the same as a legend card, he would get a boost because he has those quirks. Now, what I think they could do is I think they could try to update these. I don't know if they actually do update these in the middle of the season like a roster update, but I think if they did, and you know, if Cody Bellinger and Christian Yelich, two guys who have been insane this year, if they got a lot better quirks, a lot more people would want to use these live series cards, and I think that's important because it further pushes their agenda of wanting variety within this game. It's going to make more people want live series cards, and it's going to push up the price of live series cards, which, well, maybe. I'm not exactly too sure how much it would push up the price because as time goes on, live series prices go down. But nonetheless, I think this would make live series cards a lot more usable, and I'll be a big fan of it. The next and third of my 5 things that I would like to see, this is something I would like to call Clubhouse codes. I thought of that name myself. Basically, imagine locker codes that you see within NBA 2K, but bring them to MLB The Show. If you guys are not familiar with the NBA 2K series, a locker code is something that they will release on Twitter. It's a code that you put into the game, and it releases a pack. They used to do it where they were limited time, and it was really a race, and whoever typed it in first, and then it got to people, you know, they weren't punching it in on the game. They had like different, you know, it's not necessarily cheating. Well, it's just exploiting because they had way faster ways of typing it in than other people. So they ended up having, you know, it lasts for a week, and it is a, you know, a chance drop. So it's kind of like Plinko, the game. If you guys know what Plinko is, like a Plinko board, like there's a bunch of things. There's prizes down below. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean. You drop it somewhere, and you could get, you know, like their virtual currency. You could get a card. You could get a pack. I would love to see MLB The Show do that. That's something that would, one, really boost their social media following. I know they're wanting to do that because they often try to post a lot of like memes or, you know, like funny relatable stuff on their Twitter and or more so Twitter. I don't really look at their Instagram too often, but I think that is something that could boost their followers, boost their you know, attention and impressions that they get on Twitter and their social media platforms, and it would make for a more interesting thing. It would, you know, be something that we would like, of course, because it's a chance to get more diamond cards, packs, stubs, whatever. Really would like to see that happen. If they do it, I really hope that it is not a time delimited drop. I'm pretty sure MLB The Show wouldn't do that. They don't seem to do stuff exactly like 2K, which is a good thing. I think the time limited drop is a little unfair because I remember I would do it back in the day when they had those, and it's gone within a minute. It's crazy. So I would love to see something like locker codes, Clubhouse codes added to MLB The Show. My 4th one is something I thought about for a while. I think somebody recommended this in my Twitch chat, and that is a team affinity expansion. I'm a huge fan of the team affinity rewards. I always say they're the team epics from last year on steroids. They are a lot better because they're better cards, more or less. You know, they're still like high 80 overalls, so, you know, wouldn't be on everybody's team, but they're so much quicker to get. You know, if you guys saw my team affinity video, you can get any diamond card out of these, you know, for about 10,000 stubs in 2 hours of player versus computer games. So what I would like to see, add divisional cards for each one, add a league card for the AL and the NL. So once you get like all the AL East teams have like a 95 overall signature card for the AL East, kind of just like how you do with collections, but you have to complete or at least get to 50%. I don't know if you should have to complete the entire team affinity because I'm sure a lot of people don't actually do that. I think they usually just go for the diamond card. So add a set where you have to add in all the 50 50% diamond reward cards, and then for the entire AL East, you get, I don't know who would be a good player to say. Let's just say a flashback Aaron Judge from his rookie year, something like that. I think that would be super cool, and then they could have one for all 3 of the AL divisionals, and then have, you know, like a 99 overall for completing all the American League affinities, and do the same with the National League. I think this would be really cool to see, because I am a fan of the team affinities. I've done quite a few myself, and this would make a lot of people want to do it, and it would make people spend stubs, and, you know, might make people buy stubs as well. So I always try to look at it as ways that will help, you know, the user, and also that would help San Diego Studios as a company. So I think that's something really cool that I would like to see, and then we'd also be able to see a lot more, you know, signature and flashback cards within there. So I'd be a big fan if they did that. And then finally, also more conquest maps. I know they talked about this, but they've really been lacking on conquest maps. We haven't actually gotten one that had a player since Jackie Robinson Day, which has been quite some time now. We've only gotten 1 diamond card out of conquest, and this is an 88 overall, which, yep, his hitting stats are pretty good if you do ask me. He has, you know, 110, 117 contact, about 50 power per side, 125 vision, 66 speed, but he can't really field at all. But you know, a lot of people who've used him say he's good, but I think they could definitely add in some more diamond cards within here, because we are getting conquest maps. They're just exclusive to the programs. Then we got Mother's Day, which of course just gave you a bat. I guess there's an 82 Julio Teheran, which doesn't really count. Who's honestly using an 82 Julio Teheran at this point? Because there's so many, there's better golds that are cheaper that you can get. There's better golds for free that you can get. So I think that's something I would really like to see. I'm sure they have plans on adding conquest expansions more so than just the inning programs, but it really has been stagnant for quite some time, and there hasn't really been a use for conquest except for grinding program stores. So I would like to see a new board come out, and, you know, a nice diamond reward that is worthwhile for people to go after. So these are 5 brand new things within Diamond Dynasty that I would love to see, and I think would really expand the mode and make a lot of people happy, and that they could do this year. I don't think any of these would really take up too much developmental time. You know, all of these are pretty, you know, pretty simple content changes that they could do. Let me know down below in the comment section how you guys feel about this. Do you have your own opinions on what they could do with Diamond Dynasty this year to make it even better of a mode? Because I am a big fan of MLB 19 Diamond Dynasty. Huge upgrade as far as MLB 18 goes. That's at least my opinion. But as always, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great day. There comes out. Yay!
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.